Do you want more freedom and flexibility in your life, but aren't yet ready or able to completely quit working for the rest of your life? If you've saved and invested for a while, you could consider leveraging your wealth to gain more freedom today. One way to do that is to adopt a semi-retired lifestyle. In today's video, I'm going to cover 3 semi-retirement lifestyles. Whether you can do this now or at some point in the future, I think the ways that people are living their lives in semi-retirement will inspire you to live your life a little bit differently. Before we get into the different lifestyles that semi-retirement can enable, let's start by defining semi-retirement. Semi-retirement is when you financially support yourself through a combination of passive income and active income. People start their careers in the accumulation phase, where they need to fund their lifestyle and save for retirement, all from active income. Semi-retirement is a stage between accumulation and decumulation, where you no longer need to contribute to retirement, and you may start to cover some of your expenses with passive income. In most cases, you'll start to withdraw a small percentage, say 1 to 2% of your investment portfolio, to supplement your active income. If you withdraw less than 4% per year, which is the amount experts say is safe to withdraw each year in retirement and never run out of money, this will allow your investments to continue growing in the background toward full financial independence, while also alleviating your need to earn a high income to completely cover all of your expenses. If you've watched our video on the 5 stages of financial freedom, you'll know that financial freedom is a spectrum. It's not all or nothing. On one side of the spectrum, you have your starting point. Whether you're starting from 0 or even a negative net worth because of student loans or consumer debt. On the other end is full financial independence, which is the point where you have enough passive income to cover your living expenses. That passive income can come from a number of sources, including real estate or rental properties that provide passive income, or something that more of us can relate to, like the growth and appreciation from a stock market portfolio. Once you grow your portfolio to a certain amount, around 25 times your annual expenses, this will allow you to withdraw enough to cover your expenses without ever depleting your assets. Semi-retirement is the last stage before reaching full financial independence. This means that you can unlock a lot of the freedom and flexibility that full financial independence can provide. To help you understand what that freedom might look like, we're going to walk through 3 different semi-retirement lifestyles. One of the easiest lifestyle options to imagine is simply reducing your hours. It can be easy to imagine because it doesn't require switching careers or even jobs. Staying in the same profession or career can often mean leveraging your experience for a higher hourly rate than if you were to switch professions. Many employers are amenable to their employees working part-time if it means retaining qualified people. In exchange for reducing your hours, you'd often reduce your income proportionally. That means if you reduce your hours to 60% or 3 days per week in most cases, you would often see a 40% reduction in your salary. Using a small percentage of your portfolio each year to supplement your active income could enable you to significantly reduce your hours at your job. Going down to 40 or 60% could mean regaining 2 or even 3 days per week, while still maintaining about half of your income. This can give you more time to spend with friends or family, invest more time in those hobbies that you can't seem to find enough time for, or even to just run errands midweek. On top of providing you with more time to accomplish all that you want to in life, it can also provide a nice transition from working full-time to eventually fully retiring. Too many of us strongly associate our identity with our work. And so when you take that away suddenly, it can be pretty jarring, which is why many people have an identity crisis when they retire. Using part-time work to create a semi-retired lifestyle for a period of time can help with the transition and make it easier to create an identity outside of work. If you don't want to make a huge change right away, start small. Start by negotiating your hours down to 80% or 4 out of the traditional 5 work days. You might even be able to make this change without withdrawing from your portfolio, depending on your salary and your expenses. Adopting a semi-retired lifestyle means leveraging both your passive income and active income, and it can make a huge difference in how much you can reduce your hours. Let's use a hypothetical example to illustrate this point. Let's say that Susan makes $100,000 per year as a full-time employee. For the sake of simplicity, let's say it's $100K after taxes. She's 46 and currently has $700,000 invested for retirement, and about $150,000 of which is invested in her taxable brokerage account. She currently spends $70,000 per year, so if she were to reduce her hours by 40%, she would take a $40K reduction in income, reducing her salary to $60,000. She could withdraw just 1.5% from her portfolio, which would be $10,500 per year, and that would more than cover the rest of her expenses. For about $10K from her portfolio each year, she could buy back 2 days per week and a lot more freedom now. And the best part is that because she's withdrawing less than 2% each year, her investments would continue to grow, allowing her to make progress toward full financial independence or retirement. Regardless of your age, choosing a semi-retired lifestyle with part-time work is a great way to buy back your time. But it's not the only option, and the other two that I will cover offer even more flexibility. The next semi-retired lifestyle that I want to highlight is working seasonally. Have you ever thought to yourself that it would be nice to have an extended break each and every year? A couple of friends of mine are teachers, and they get a break every summer. I have long been jealous of this freedom, but I've come to realize that with semi-retirement, you can create a similar lifestyle regardless of your profession. While some jobs won't be amenable to seasonal work, the number of jobs that can be seasonal would surprise you. One of the more obvious seasonal jobs is tax preparation. I know of several people who have done this. They have 4 months of a busy season, and then they're able to use the other 8 months of the year to travel the globe, visit family, or pursue whatever else they want. Working seasonally means that you have seasons that are completely work-free. This creates endless options for how you can spend your time. Supplementing your active income by withdrawing from your portfolio can also extend the work-free season because you don't need to generate as much active income the rest of the year. Working seasonally in semi-retirement allows you to buy back your time in a similar way to working part-time, but working seasonally allows you even more flexibility to do things that might not be possible if you had to work every week of the year, even if it's part-time. Travel is one of the most obvious ones. Another idea here is outdoor hobbies. For those of you who like to do downhill skiing or other winter sports, having seasons where you aren't working makes these activities so much easier. You could also take up gardening and grow your own food, giving yourself more time and flexibility to attend a garden in the summer. Or you might want to take a season off so that you can thru hike the Pacific Crest Trail or walk the Camino de Santiago in Spain. You may also use the work-free seasons to give back to your community in the form of volunteerism. So many people support disaster relief areas with extended trips to new places. The options for how you use your time are only limited by your creativity. I hope these few examples can help inspire you to think of new ways to use the seasons within the year. Do you know what else you can do with large seasons without work? You could binge watch our videos on this channel, and that's easier to do if you're subscribed. Does anyone even binge watch YouTube? Okay, but let's be real. You can subscribe to the channel and watch our content well before you reach semi-retirement. If you want to see more content like this, you might as well smash that subscribe button. The last semi-retirement lifestyle is self-employment. While this may sound like just any other job, what I'm referring to here is contract work, freelancing, or even running what some would call a hobby or passion business. The goal isn't to generate as much revenue as possible or to scale and become a Fortune 500 company, but instead to generate just enough income to unlock freedom and flexibility today. A good friend of mine, Mel, from Modest Millionaires, is currently living a semi-retired lifestyle through self-employment. She is withdrawing a small percentage of her portfolio each year, which allowed her to leave her day job back in 2021 to run a passion-based business doing financial coaching. She can cover her expenses with income from her business and by withdrawing 1 to 2% of her portfolio each year. And to make it even more compelling, she is still on track to reach full financial independence in her 40s. By using semi-retirement and supplementing her active income with portfolio withdrawals, she was able to completely shift her career to entrepreneurship. On top of that shift, she also takes 3 full months off each summer when her kids are out of school. Ultimately, Mel is a great example of someone who is implementing all 3 of the lifestyles we've discussed in this video. She's self-employed, working part-time hours, and takes the summer season off every year. Similar to the other lifestyle options, a semi-retired lifestyle through entrepreneurship can offer you so many opportunities. And by leveraging passive income now to supplement your income, you're able to take away a lot of the pressure that comes with starting your own business. You'll have more time and space to focus on what you enjoy instead of doing the thing that will immediately generate revenue. There's a huge difference between starting a business to cover all of your expenses and starting a business to cover part of your expenses, both in the pressure you put on yourself and the space that you give yourself to create a business out of a passion or hobby. While I don't consider our current lifestyle as semi-retirement, I do know that when I transitioned from working part-time to being self-employed, I had a lot more freedom to choose something I was passionate about because we had other income to support our expenses. At the time, that was Corey's active income from his day job, but the feeling would be the same if we were adopting a semi-retired lifestyle by withdrawing from our portfolio. Self-employment and semi-retirement can allow you to follow your dreams and do the work you do even if you didn't need to generate income from it. That's been my goal for a few years now, and I've found it extremely rewarding. So many people think of self-employment as a grind, or they strongly associate it with hustle culture. But self-employment for the sake of covering part of your annual expenses, as you would in semi-retirement, can offer you enjoyable work and so much flexibility and freedom. When we do reach a point where we're ready to adopt a semi-retirement lifestyle, I think we'll opt for this third option because we've already seen how much flexibility it offers in our current phase of life. But I want to hear from you. Which of these semi-retirement lifestyles appeals to you most? Let me know in the comments below which one you're most likely to pursue and why. Or if you have another semi-retirement lifestyle beyond the 3 that I've highlighted, I'd love to hear about that too. And if you want to learn more about semi-retirement, you can watch our other video on the 3 reasons to never fully retire. We go into more depth on the benefits of semi-retirement over other options. As always, thanks for watching and enjoy the journey.